show. Shit. Okay, got it. And I think we're live. Let's see what's going on. All right. Sure. It is the GH Mini Spotlight and really mini spotlight. I'm James Lodge here. And Frank Moran's here, my work husband. Hey, Frank.
Hey, everybody.
And we are here during the heat that's not happening on General Hospital, but it's happening in Los Angeles.
That is true.
It's already 85 degrees down here in Inglewood, so I don't know where it is where you are, but it's already hot over here.
Let's see. Hot. It's an exciting GH report.
Yes.
We're
doing the weather.
We're doing the weather. 94 degrees.
So you're 10 ahead of me. Wow. Yikes.
So don't worry, the high is going to be 95. So we still got room to improve.
Room to grow. Yeah, room to grow. That's just ooh, yuck. All right, guys, come on in, everybody. The water is fine. I wish I had a pool myself. It's fine. As we get started, I should tell you why Memory Spotlight is out there. It is out there. We put out to everybody, audio and video. Have a good time. We had some fun talking about that show. Then, Bold and Beautiful Spotlight, we had supervising producer Casey Kaspersik on, and he promised me a role in the show. He said back then it was COVID issues, but he took down notes on what my character should be, Frank. He said,
"Ooh,
people in the chat room were telling him what I should be." So, and I'm friends with everybody on the cast. I'm friends with Sean Kanan and Krista Allen. Okay, so he wrote down notes on who I could be, who I could play. So stay tuned, Frank.
What if he typecast you as another DJ?
Another bad host. Another bad host. That's my life. Every movie I do is just a bad host. That's what I do. But I will do it. I'll do it, Frank. Whatever I got to do to be on Bold and Beautiful, that's my dream. I will do it, Frank. You guys stay tuned. Lori C, happy birthday. It's your birthday today. Woo! And she's spending with us, Frank. What do you think about that?
Way to give a present to yourself, So
yes. And all the Frank fans are in the chat. Yes, Frank is the bomb. We love Frank.
No, yeah, you guys might think differently after this episode.
Oh, yeah, this episode, kids. We were really. Well, anyway, so I was saying. Anyway, that's the thing. So that's out. Bone Beautiful is out, and you can check it out anywhere. It's all out there. Casey dropped some tidbits. He spilled the tea on some stuff. So you want to watch the episode. It's really, really good, and it gives you behind the scenes on what it's like to be a producer on a soap. Because we were like, "What do you do?" It's like, so that's what Tammy asked. What do you do? So we actually found out what he does.
Oh, nice.
So he did. So it was very cool. So good episode. That's out right now. My chocolate twin, Tony Moore, and Hit That Gang will be having a special guest. The actress she plays a new character on Days, and she is coming on the show today. She plays Jada. I've got a real name, but she plays Jada, and I'll be on at 3:15 over there at Dish and Days. So support them over there. Days of Our Lives is moving to Peacock, you guys. So you better get ready. Let's move in.
Yeah, I know we haven't talked because we were off last week for Christmas Con.
Yes.
How do you feel about the move to Peacock Days moving to Peacock?
I think it's. I know we talked about this on the last show too. I said, "Bull was bull." All the soaps are watching this. They've all noticed that Beyond Salem was the first test. They all get it. They're like, "Okay, that was the first test," and they saw how successful that was. So everybody's kind of why. I feel like I was shocked. I was totally shocked at first, obviously. It will be sad not have a soap on NBC. That's going to be kind of weird. But the show has been near cancellation every other year. So I think they're trying to save their show. And I think, yes, if you don't have $5, and you don't have $5, I'll tell you. But I will support the show till it ends. So I'm curious to see what they do. They tape 6 months in advance. So we won't see anything new until January 2023 to see if there's any change. But I think, Frank, it's that's a good question. I think it's a good way to try to save your show. Streaming is where it's at, right? I mean, streaming is where it's at now. Most of my programs I watch are on a streaming service.
True. I guess I know people said hey, it's less interruptions for news events, things like that. But we also know that soaps already allot a number of days per year to be interrupted. So I know at least, so how that factors into streaming, and I are you going to get new episodes to make up for not having that factor anymore? Do you have? Are they just going to go dark for like a week at one point of the
I
year?
know, right? Yeah, right. Yeah, no idea. I think we're all kind of watching with bated breath, like how this is going to really work, because it's a fun. Because most shows either they put them out the 10, 12 episodes out, and it's just binge them at once, or they're once a week. This is a 5-day a week franchise.
Yeah,
I'm curious about that too. It's like, so just, I mean, they also announced they're putting out all the 4,000 episodes of Days on here too in the catalog. Now that's wonderful also. So you get that. So Bold has been doing their old episodes on their YouTube channel, and it's been very successful. They released 3 a day, and they started from 1987, and it's very successful. So it's kind of like, this could be a new way. We're not going to get a soap channel, folks. Not anytime soon. That's not going to happen. So this could be a good way in between until something like that happens. Hi, Beauty Friends. Hi, everybody. I personally think after the shock wore off, I was like, this is probably the best bet to try to save this show. And I think, because literally there's no Peacock, it was going to go, you guys. Just, nobody knew, Frank, nobody knew us watching soaps. We're not getting new viewers. That's just not happening. We're trying to hold on to the viewers we have. It's like wrestling. They're not getting new viewers. They're holding on to the viewers they have. Wrestling and soaps are the kind of things are kind of viewed as time of my life things I watched. I watched in college. I watched in high school. I watched my grandmother. Like, they're not coming back to, even though everything's a soap now, everything's a soap, so to speak. They're not using the word, so. But actual soap operas, they're not watching.
I could agree with that, but I would think that being able to usher in younger generations into wrestling is easier than ushering in younger generations into soaps.
I agree with that, but I talked to Flo and our friends who do the wrestling stuff. They're saying not a lot of new people are coming in. It's still kind of it's like, I guess about comic books. I guess are new younger people buying comic books like they used to anymore, or is it mostly the older guys who like comics?
I mean, like with everything, and who knows how much of that is because there is so much out there now, whether it's streaming, movies, music, that your attention bandwidth is only so much. So I mean, comic circulation has gone down, and so readership's gone down, and that's always the challenge: is how do you keep bringing in new readers of any age, but specifically younger ones that hopefully would keep growing with as they get staying with you as they grow. But that's always the challenge, I guess.
Do you guys in the chat? You guys in the chat? Would you guys watch? Would you guys watch GH if it went to Hulu? I guess it's a good question because they're asking us if we think it'll go to streaming next. I don't know. But next year's 60 years old. That's when it turns 60 is next April. Yeah. I've heard rumors of things. So I don't know if it's true or not, but that's the point is if it said, okay, we're going to Hulu to try it for a year, would you guys in the chat room, you 24 people over there, or anybody's watching later, would you watch it on would you go to Hulu and pay $11.99 or $9.99 to watch it a month? I know it's a mindset, Frank, that's kind of weird because you're thinking I get it for free now. Why the fuck would I pay $9.99 or for this one's $4.99? It's even cheaper on Peacock, $4.99 to watch soap opera.
No, that's true. I mean, I know that like Hulu's raising their rates even just for their ad tier in October. It's going to be you're saying like $11.99 a month.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big ask for I mean, not for some families and lower income can be challenging, but also for the people that are older who just are used to always just watching it on TV and are not really tech savvy or tech resistant. And so the idea of seeing something on streaming just seems so foreign to them.
Right. That part's true. Yes, I would. Yes, watch shows on streaming. No, I watch everything on streaming. I have Hulu now. One person says no. We just started Streets. You're good. So it's like it's a lot of mixed, like knowing. So I think that's the sentiment I got with this days. It was very mixed. Folks saying nope. Folks saying yes. Like you just said, there's a lot of other content to watch on streaming. So you come for Days of Our Lives, stay for the Peacock catalog, I guess. Which is a lot of NBC. If you're an NBC fan, a lot of NBC shows on there. I mean, past and present. For me, I hate cable. I have it because I need it for certain things. I wish I didn't. I'm waiting for where I can start phasing out cable and like just go all streaming because it's still streaming. Yes, I know, David. I'm with you. I wish they would do another soap net. I wish they would. They just don't care at the moment. But I think at some point they might. They might.
Yeah.
We're getting a lot of a la carte options now, frankly, like Pluto TV. They play Three's Company all day long, or they play this show all day long. Like there's a la carte options are starting to happen.
I think that's also the challenge too for any upstart network. The easy thing is to acquire programming, the old content that you can repurpose, and it's so like Pluto, where you can come watch Three's Company all the time. Like, oh, that's great. That's how you get people to kind of get their foot in the door to your network, and then hopefully then ratings start to increase, your ad buying revenue starts increasing, and then you can start creating more original content, and hopefully they stick around for that.
Because folks in the chat room, I always think this could be the opening to other shows coming back, possibly if it's successful and inexpensive enough or cost effective, right? You guys, it could be, what if All My Children comes back, or Why to Live comes back, or on Peacock, what if Sunset Beach comes back, or Another World, or whatever. I mean, I'm just thinking of this thing, Search for Tomorrow. So, I mean, who knows? Passions, whatever. Who knows? This could lead to other soaps coming back, possibly.
Very true, because it'll be interesting to see what the level of success is for streaming to keep a show going, as opposed to network.
Yes.
Is the bar lower on streaming, and so you're able to keep days on longer because it doesn't need to be getting the ratings that it needed to do on a network to be able to justify its existence.
I have a feeling that's what it is, because we talk about that. I don't. If you guys are in the chat room, I don't know. I don't know what the rating system. I don't know what they consider a hit. On cable, and basically usually it's by households who own it or whatever to kind of watch. This I have no. I mean, 100,000 people can be part of Amazon Prime, but I don't know what shows. I mean, I don't know how they count that. Disney Plus is the first one we saw. They counted really weird. It was a weird way to count it. That's the only one I've ever heard of. I know Netflix has their top 10. I'm assuming that must be most watched. I'm assuming. I don't know. Again, I don't know how they. I don't know what they equate it, because they have canceled things on Netflix too. So I don't know what they equate a hit. I don't know what that. They have never released that. Like, it needs 100,000 views, or it needs. I mean, I have no idea, but I'm thinking it has to be better than TV. I think it has to be better than TV.
I mean, it will be interesting to see if, like ABC, if they dip their toe in the water, so to speak, and do a 5-part miniseries event on Hulu.
I would love that.
And I feel like if they did that, then I feel like you could see the writing on the wall that it would eventually transition to streaming all at some point.
I agree. You should do a Port Charles or a Night Shift or something, you guys, and bring like a GH spinoff, right? Yes, I remember Three's Company came out with a lot of controversy. Jiggle TV, guys, they called it, between them and my girl Farrah Fawcett Majors on Charlie's Angels. I tell the story how I was like, I was young when it came out, but I used to watch them. My father watched them very intently. And I was like, why is he watching so? Oh, I see now. As I get older, why he was watching the Jiggle. Some of these companies were very actually clever. They seemed dumb, but they were very clever later, if you're an adult.
There you go.
Very risque. Okay, so sorry about that. We're trying to just kill time before we talk about this entire show. But also, we have some rest in pieces. We lost some folks this week. I want to mention them. Robin Griggs Wiley, who I was supposed to interview, died of cancer this weekend. 49 years old, fought like the Dickens. My heart goes out to Lisa Rodrigo, who is her manager and the family. She just didn't make it. And as I always say, fuck cancer. And work out. Anne Heche, I know, very controversial, the way things happened in the end, but she passed away also. And she was very kind to Tony Moore, my chocolate twin, this year. She was on Dancing with the Stars and did his show. She was very kind. Everybody's watching her scenes from Another World 30 years ago, where she played twins, Mickey and Marley, and won an Emmy for it. I loved her on Men on Trees. Men on Trees, the show was on for 2 seasons. Nobody probably remembers it. I loved it. But rest in peace to her. Also, I was just playing the song for a friend when we came on. ONJ, Olivia Newton-John passed away. Yes, we lost Olivia too. I actually cried a little bit. It hit me harder than I thought it was going to. She was in my life. She basically helped raise me in my 70s and 80s, the kid. I noticed how much her music was part of my lexicon of my life. Songs like Honestly Love You, which I was singing to Frank before the show. And Have You Never Been Mellow are my two favorite songs of hers. And of course, later Xanadu, Grease seems to bring us all together. Grease is the word. It brought us all together, it seems like. Twist of Fate, Soul Kiss, all those songs. I just Magic. She had a lot of hits, and she had a big philanthropy side of her too, fighting back too. So, and also to the 6 people, including the unborn child who passed away right by my house over on La Brea and Slauson. I was shocked when I saw La Brea. I thought it was a TV show, which is coming back this fall. But it was like, no, it's the intersection that I go through almost every single day. So it's very tragic what happened there. And the video is horrific to watch. But I was like, I literally live right over there. I'm like literally like less than a mile away from there. It's four gas stations on every corner. It's one of those weird corners, and Weirdstitzel was there too. So, but also just a sad thing for them too, Frank. Just kind of like we had some really crazy stuff happen this last week.
Yeah, what a way to remember living.
Yes.
But all I remember is, didn't she also have like a fiance that faked his own death?
Yes.
To be able to
some weird stuff. Some weird stuff going on there. Yes.
Well, let's get Animal on this week of GH, James.
What?
Let's get Animal.
Oh.
I want to get Animal.
Oh. Okay, I just want 2 last things, folks. I'm putting this off as long as I can. I can't anymore. It was also National Left-Handers Day. I'm left-handed. I have a show called Left-Handed, a lot to say. It's my Southpaw brethren. I love you. And Frank.
Did you have a cake or anything to celebrate?
I didn't yesterday. I had a muffin.
Oh, but only ate it with your left hand?
I ate it with my lips. I should have. That's really funny. Actually, I should have. Also, it was Middle Child Day, and I'm middle child, so thank you very much. You should explain everything, Frank.
Look at that.
I was Marsha. It's always So, Frank, are you a middle, younger, older child?
I'm older, so I never got to enjoy the experience of dating like Ron Glass or anything like that.
That's so funny, Frank. I like that, Frank. I do. I just made my morning. I like my afternoon. I like that. Okay, now we'll get started. Okay. Ugh. Okay, kids. I'm gonna be very honest with you. So, everybody, come closer. Come closer to the screen. I'm very honest with you guys. 42 people are watching. 42. 40. Oh God, something got ghetto all of a sudden. Where's my 40? No. 42 people are watching. Thank you. Or now 41. Okay, whatever. I didn't like this week. I didn't like it. This week, I only liked Friday, you guys. That was it. You got the ear. I didn't like this week. I almost canceled the show, you guys, because I don't want to come on here and just be bitch. I bitch enough. But I didn't want to do that. But Friday saved it a little bit. And then Frank and I were talking beforehand, there are a couple little things we could kind of possibly. Oh my God. Okay. They're starting this. I'll put this off as long as I can. I don't care. Sorry, GH fans. You might hate us right now. I don't care. Shadow Snow, she's down to 5 emails, Frank.
Oh.
So, Frank, time for email check.
Oh my gosh.
Time for email check.
Here we go, everybody.
100. You almost. Oh my God! You're almost at 200,000. Oh.
I'm like 9,150 away, guys.
Oh my God!
So, we're getting there, everybody.
Anyway, up until Friday, I cared more about Frank's emails than GH. I know. Everybody said they agree. Oh, Marlon liked this week. Okay, Marlon, you liked this week. Okay, good. It dragged on and on and on. You ain't the only one. Okay, people like Friday. Okay, so Frank's almost at 200,000. You guys, that's kind of crazy. Sorry about that. Oh, thank you for the super chat. First we did earlier. Lori C, thank you for super chat. Thank you so much. Daisy Flowers at 24,221. That's so funny. Oh my God. Cherie says she actually unsubscribed to some things and it helped. LOL. That's funny. I'm just gonna be too. Okay, I'm gonna start with Friday and go backwards. That's what we're gonna do. So Frank, I felt that Friday was actually classic soap opera. It felt to me because it was all surrounding Ozzy or whatever his name is in the thing, and there were a lot of movies. It was mostly at the hospital. We had the Dominic and other. We'll talk about that stuff also. But for me, I really enjoyed all the moving parts that were in there, and I actually praised Brooke Kerr's performance. I thought her performance was actually really, really good. You could feel the anguish, feel her nervousness, feel all that. Then you had Jordan, you had TJ. Then all of a sudden, homegirl shows up and like, what's going on? Why is my mom acting weird? Then you got Curtis. Then you had Rory, who told on Portia. I was like, you told on Portia. There were just like all these little moving parts. And I was like, wow. And Jordan pulled the thing at the end in the elevator, and it was like she's kind of helping a bit. I don't know. I enjoyed the moving parts. So I don't know how you felt about it, but I actually enjoyed it. So Frank, kill us.
It's no, I can understand where you're coming from for sure. Yeah. And I can agree with you to some extent. For me, I also well, I can appreciate that. For one, I just liked that it was Portia, Jordan, TJ, Curtis,
yes,
Trina, them getting a lot of focus.
Yes.
And it was great. So to see a storyline revolving more about, that section of the cast.
I agree.
Some of the story beats and scene beats were kind of repetitive and kind of grated on me. I'm like, we get it already. Yes, let's move on. But and I thought it was cheesy at the end, which I knew you needed to be able to set up some reason that Rory would be pulled away from Oz's door. But and Jordan, pulling the alarm, great, but that it would cause such concern from the two police officers in there that Rory would also have to go. Like, hey guys, I'm sure elevators have been stuck in hospitals before. Sometimes it's just the elevator's not working, and it's that it was a little crazy, but it needed to happen to get Portia in the room. So, way to go, Rory. Way to abandon your post. Come on now.
But Rory told on Portia though. He was like, "Yeah, Commissioner. All right, big mouth and tell on people."
But at least I like that it was set up and it paid respect at least to the history and the thing that I'm always crazy about of like how they always write the PCPD people as so by the book when they first come on. So at least I like that for Rory was an acknowledgement of that and just wanted to just run it by to make sure it was all right. So in that sense, I thought it at least worked and it helped kind of understand why gave Jordan a chance to get the full picture of what was happening.
Yes. Do you think is Trina going to jail?
I mean,
almost skewing it that way. Almost skewing it like I think he's going to be found guilty. I think
it seems so crazy that it would happen.
Right.
I mean, honestly, I want the storyline to end so much.
Same here, right? Same here.
And I know that we've talked about it. I know fans have, hope for this as a possibility that, Trina goes to prison and then it's, Spencer and Trina, they break out and they're on the run together for a storyline. I get zero interest in that one. Ugh. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I'm hoping that's not the case.
Because, Esme's, she's gone. We know she's not dead.
Yeah.
She's off somewhere. But I wonder if this Oz is going to wake up and actually, if he does, will he wake up in time? I mean, I don't even know what's going to. I just had this weird feeling they're going to send her to Pentonville too. And I'm telling you, to people, and we got Sonny on the case too, trying to work on it because we see if Dex did his job. We'll see if that works with jury tampering. I don't know. I'm just like, they felt they're leading, they're leading to a Spencer Trina together something.
Yes. I mean, I also feel that if you send Trina to Pentonville, I mean, then you're really showing that this storyline is going to be dragging out for a while because I feel like they're letting Esme, they're doing with Esme what they did with Peter, where you let that character rest for a little bit and then you bring it back. So for right now, we're going to get a lot of scenes with Ava and Nicholas that we saw with Finn and Elizabeth after they thought Peter was dead. So a lot of hemming and hawing and agonizing and overanalyzing and being fearful of, because anybody who walks in and says like one word about Esme, they also, do they know? Am I busted? So I'm not looking forward to those scenes.
Me neither. Me too neither, as we say. I'm not looking, but I just have this, I'm with Frank, I have no interest. I mean, same here. I don't know. I just feel like they're going that direction. I don't know if you guys at home think the same thing. I just feel like they're leaning that direction.
I'm gosh, I really hope not. Because I don't know. Is that the sign they want to say? Is that, this woman who did nothing wrong is going to be just sent to, especially a woman of color, sent to prison. I mean, which can be reflective of real life, but
yeah. See, if they do that, I mean, the fans are going to lose it. If they send her, if she has a jury, if she has a guilty verdict, I'm just going to get some popcorn and sit on Twitter and just watch it happen. I'm not going to comment. I'm not going to add my 2 cents. I want to see the Sabrina fans go lose it. They're going to lose it. If she goes, and the black folks are going to lose it, the Trina fans are going to lose it. They had, oh my God, Laura used to make me almost choke on my chip. She writes, Spencer Trina headed Nixon Falls. I think Frank would jump out the building. If we go back to the Nixon Falls, I think Frank will literally just live on air, turn to his window and just jump out.
That's right. You'll just see my feet. Red. That's it. Whoop.
Oh my God. The whole town's trying to help Trina. It'd be crazy if they all failed. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be very, if they do go that direction, it's gonna be uproar. It will be. So I'm very curious to see what they're going to do, but I feel like they're going that direction. Though I don't think. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, it is interesting because I mean, I will be honest. I will search some of the sites for any kind of spoilers, and I haven't been able to find anything that give me any sort of clue on what direction it's going in.
Same here. I haven't seen anything that's So, but I just thought everybody's talking on the run story. That's what they would do back in the past, probably. But I don't know. I don't know if they would do. I mean, they don't have the budgets to go on the run.
Yeah, no, that's for sure.
Where are they going to run, Frank? By the chain link fence and the Prospect Studios. We're going to run.
No, I mean, I could buy Jason and Britt on the run and being able to survive much easier than I can buy Spencer and Trina on the run. It's just that's not going to work. So not long term.
It's not.
Now I feel weird. Like it's like the Ava and Nicholas stuff. The whole Esme thing just is frustrating to me because I think it's different than Peter with Finn and Elizabeth. There was a body. It seemed to be dead. They hid the body. Okay, what are this? Esme, it wasn't like they were in a struggle. Esme just kind of flipped over backwards off the parapet. Wasn't that Ava pushed her and tried to kill her? It just happened in the course of their struggle. So, and there's no body right now. So even if Esme shows up, she doesn't have anything on Ava. So I don't know why they're being so overly paranoid about this.
And Ava said, hello, here's an example. She fell over and was fine. I said, the girl probably went somewhere. Yeah. I fell over and swam and went somewhere. I'm like, she's obviously out there, you guys. Come on, Ava. It's just smart.
And then even if Esme does come back, what is she going to say? Like, even if she says, Ava pushed me over the side. Well, no, I didn't push you over the side. There's no, Esme is no, pillar of society. No. So there's nobody's going to just immediately assume that Ava tried to attempt to murder her. Ava's got plenty of safety. I think whenever Esme comes back, but I don't know why the show is writing it as if though, oh no, if Esme comes back, man, you're in big trouble, Ava.
And now they've really switched the narrative now to Spencer lying about leaving Spring Ridge. He went back.
Yeah.
They're lying about that. And I do always enjoy. See, I'm trying to find some good stuff, you guys. I do enjoy Uncle Sonny Spencer talks. I do enjoy theirs. And that was a nice talk. That was actually a very cool talk that he talked about. But that's the whole point. Now it's turning on to him. Well, he didn't do his due. He just left. And I'm like, oh, okay.
He left for, I guess, 4 or 5 hours tops.
Yeah.
And I, which yes, again, you're not supposed to do, but it's like now he's going to have to serve 3 months in Pentonville.
Like, really?
Yeah. Ugh. Good times. Yeah.
I know. So I'm like, I don't know what to say. I mean, we got that going on, but he's still trying to find a way. But he's going. So he's going to prison. So
Yeah, I mean, I can't ever see him ratting out Uncle Victor at all.
he won't. And you're right. He won't. He won't do that. But now this is what frustrates me. Even now, we're going to switch a second for folks. So this frustrates me to no end. They're giving us bits and pieces of Victor this week, which I love when he's on. I love when he's on air. But again, it's bits and pieces, and he's wanting to run things. There's something going. He's basically blackmailing. He's holding Valentine hostage, basically using his daughter. I'm liking this again, but there's no real movement. I need some more movement. He wants him to kill Laura. That's part of the story. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Hard to buy that Laura could be offed, and even if you couldn't physically actually prove it that it went back to Victor, who wouldn't think that Victor would be behind it? So that's kind of the tough one. This storyline would help because I agree. I like having Victor in there, and it's frustrating that they've dragged this out for so long. It just kills my interest in the story because I want it to happen, but they're making it so hard for me to get really excited about it.
Because I really like when they brought Alexis over. It's like because it reminds us that she's a Cassadine. It always reminds us that they're not together enough to make us. I'm like what's going on? And Alexis brought up a black thing. She was like, "Oh, so we're going to write a story about somebody. It's about a white boy who did something he was not supposed to do." I'm paraphrasing a bit. And write that. How's that going to look for you guys? It's not going to look good for you guys. And you're like, "Oh, okay." I kind of like they brought that up. Well,
yeah. No. I as another tangent for that scene, as well as the scene between her and Gregory Harrison, where they're talking about the story about Sasha and both sides of that. I did like the scenes that Alexis had this week, just talking about journalistic ethics and stuff.
I agree with that too. I did like those. She was like, "Nope, I don't do it." But again, I wonder what this big Cassadine thing is.
Yes, I don't know
why.
Yes, I mean, I guess you can't have it now because Jeannie Francis is gone. I mean, but still, give us a little something to so that when Laura comes back, it's at a time when she can come save the day, or she's in peril, whatever it is. But just give us something.
Well, it's the same thing with we get again. I'm talking about bits and pieces of what I like this week. I love Martin and Lucy. I loved Martin and Anna. That was a great exchange. Like these two powerhouse Emmy-winning actors finally got scenes together. But again, it's like teeny tiny. We get like little inches. It's like, oh my God, what more? I want more.
And I feel like that's the frustration of a larger cast. But I think we were both excited when Michael United was coming and joined the show because he's great. Good old Tad Martin on General Hospital, fantastic. Let's see it. And I mean, he's been so underused on this show, which has been unfortunate. But you're juggling a huge cast. But when you this week really dangle the potential danger of Martin's 3 ex-wives.
Oh my God, yes.
And I think you see at least just on Twitter and people getting excited about who these 3 ex-wives could possibly be played by.
Yes.
Yeah, especially wife number 3, who's like,
yes. Oh yes.
Yes. I mean, it gets you excited. Like, I want to see Martin getting more of a storyline and tie in these wives. That'd be phenomenal. But I also just know GH, and we're never going to get. You tease us with what could be such a great story, and we're just never going to get it. Or if we get it, it's going to be a really watered down version of what it could have been.
Even the Martin Anna stuff was so good. The dialogue was fun, playful, adult. I mean, I'm like, what else you got again?
Yeah, it's getting the best thing they did for his character was tying him into Laura, giving him roots in Port Charles. So, I mean, to be able to see his relationship with Valentine flourish a little bit, his relationship with Laura and the whole, Spencer, the scenes that he had with Spencer this week in the holding room at
Yes.
PCBD was great. To be able to have that familial connection was awesome.
Mhm.
I would love to see him on canvas more to just further enrich those familial bonds, because it was like seeing that scene this week and get you excited about it. Like, yes, that's right. He is his uncle,
Right. Isn't that funny?
his granduncle in some sense, but we
Right.
never see them enough together to really kind of you want that invested relationship between them. We don't have it yet.
Because and like with Dante, I like Dante in other storylines, apparently. I mean, it's his own, I don't care for him. But Spencer's part of his family. And that's the whole thing too. And their whole conversation was very interesting. Their back and forth was interesting. I thought, yes, more of this. This is what we need, more of this. Again, they're giving us tidbits. As I'm saying, it's so frustrating as a watcher freak. I'm going, well, I like that. Let's go that direction. Let's go more that direction. Or I like those two together. Let's go that direction. And thank you, Shonda. Thank you, Shonda, for the super chat. But it's like they're giving us pieces. The Gregory Harrison, Greg, whatever the last name was on the show, and Alexis. Like there's pieces. Pieces. I don't care about the Dante and Sam talking about. Well, do you want to move in? I don't want to move in. I'm like, either have to move in or not. I mean, it's they mentioned Lulu. Okay, I give points for that. But and Lulu ain't come back, you guys. They have no reason to bring Lulu back at this point. Their cast is too large already. I have no reason to bring it back. So, but Sam and Dante really haven't progressed any further either. It's just
yeah. I don't, I guess what the next storyline is them finding like a third place that they were both comfortable moving into if it gets to that point. Hooray! It's it's for as much as he's like, I can't. Lulu, that was Lulu's house. Well, Sam, your place was Jason's place,
right?
So and Dante doesn't seem to be held up on that, but whatever.
So I'm confused. I need you guys and Frank to correct me if I'm wrong or right or wrong. So are now Sonny and Nina together officially?
I guess.
Right. As I'm saying, it was very tame the way he did it. After all those times, like, are they together?
But that's the frustrating thing is that the show has just strung this out and just microanalyzed this to such an extent that it's like, I don't care. Be together, don't be together. I really don't care about Nina and Sonny at this point.
Who cares? But it's like, who cares? It's so funny. I know. Exactly. I'm just like, because it's funny as here's a good part, folks. We had a chance to talk about this. Bringing back Christina for that episode was the bomb. Christina and Sonny are so alike. Actually, they kind of established that. So it's like, because she's barely on the show, her scenes with Sonny were so good. They were so good. They were long overdue. They were great scenes. She brought up Dawn of Day and all that. I kind of like that. And then she's like, you've been there for me. I can't turn on you. You've been there for me. And I kind of like that Christina thinks on her. She's always been her own thinker. She brought up Parker, all this stuff. So I love their relationship. I thought it was so realistic for them that she's not going to turn on Sonny. Like, she's not going to turn on him. But again, we never see her. And so it was like, again, we got another tidbit, right? Another tidbit.
Yeah, I was, just seeing some of the reaction online where they're just saying people were commenting that it was weird that of Sonny's children, that she gets so less screen time than like Dante and Michael. Like, but she could have, there's plenty of interesting things that she could be bringing to the canvas. And yet she's just like once every 6 months. Because wasn't the last time we saw her when he came back from?
Yes. And everybody loved that. Everybody loved that scene.
Yeah.
She came through the door, and because everybody's reactions were kind of tepid, we're like, she came back from dead. She came in crying and just like, so I'm saying it's like Lexi Ainsworth, Emmy winner Lexi Ainsworth, can act. We know that. But it's like, seems like when they bring her in, it's always good.
Yeah.
Then bye. See you in the summer. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's.
And it's so weird to think that she got promoted to manager at Charlie's, yet we never see her there at all. So for somebody to be like, Yeah, well, I know Phyllis is like appreciating all the time you're putting here. Really? Never see you. Never
There's
see
you
you.
there. Well, but Christina, to me, she is Sonny's daughter, and I think that's. And when you mentioned Alexis, oh yeah, she's like, yeah, she's okay, but she's like, I'm more like you. I mean, she's like, I appreciate your stuff. And that makes sense to me. That totally makes sense to me. I'm just saying, more Lexi. If you can get her more Lexi, I mean, she's good.
Yeah.
She's good. Yeah, she always comes in and does it, and then but yeah. So I just ready. I guess we'll talk about it, you guys. Because it was okay. Okay, I'll say this. Yes. First of all, there's 64 people watching, so thank you. Only 18 likes, so hit that like button if you can. It gives me stuff. It keeps me and Frank on the air. So hit that like button. Yeah. Even if you hate us, still hit the like button. You can still hate us. Just do me a favor since you're watching.
Just like to hate.
Just like to hate. It's fine. And thank you, homegirl, and thank you guys for the super chats. Keep them coming. We're just keep the channel open, and I can be here for you guys on a regular basis.
That's right. It's James Muffins.
That's what James. I'm gonna be here for. I'm gonna be with you guys on a regular basis. Exactly. So we got a full backstory on someone over people who been on the show for like Austin. We haven't got a full backstory on him. But Cody suddenly got a huge one punch. We got a full backstory. So I have to say this: I watched the show when Dominique was on. I did watch Port Charles. I did watch. I mean, I was all that stuff. Catherine Bell. I remember her and all that stuff too, and everything. So I Tony Ramos. I like the use of history. Again, point to that use of history. I think it's leading towards Mac having a son. They made it very clear he's not Scott's, but it's Dominique, and I think it's Dominique and Mac. That's what I'm thinking. That's my prediction. We got a whole storyline that he was born over here. That's why it's stables. The whole thing, the whole 9 yards. And I said this, Frank, online. Some folks do not agree with me, of course. I said, actually, if he had come on this way, I might like him. If he came on this way at first, not this other shenanigans, and actually, to me, very offensive storyline that he's in right now with Britt. I feel like this section over here, and him and Dante commiserating, having similar experience, loved all of that history, loved it all. But I think he came on. They wrote him on wrong. Now they can always fix it. Like they did Valentine. Remember Valentine? We were not into Valentine at first. They did fix it. But we love him now. But this one, I think it's just so Frank.
I will not disagree with you on anything you said, except for yeah, his reasons for wanting to punch out Scotty just holds so little water to me.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it gives Kid Shriner a day on the show, which is great.
Yes.
And you see some great Scotty scenes, which is great. But the justifications that Cody had were garbage for this. So, and it would be interesting if I thought it was going to lead us to getting some Serena on the canvas.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
But that doesn't seem like it's going to be the case.
No.
But this character is just so, you're right. He was just written in so terribly. And this whole Britt storyline just does that character zero favors. And it just makes him a creep. He's just a creep. And just the way that he just is, we know he's got some agenda that has Faison and some kind of money possibly behind it. But the way he's going about, just like, he just won't take no for an answer with Britt is just so, I know. These are just awful to watch. And that's also hung into that whole, society singles, which, geez Louise, man, what a boat anchor of a story idea this is.
Makes you want Man Landers back, doesn't it, Frank?
It was, because at least, oh yeah, it's a
clunker. This is a clunker, and so we got a little bit of movement, though. We got a little bit of movement that he's blackmailing Spinelli because of how he's doing this. So okay, that's a little something, But I'm telling you, though, I still don't care. But it's a little something But this Britt thinks now there's a Faison connection because Homegirl was like, Liesel was like, and happy birthday to Kathleen Gotti, our buddy. Let's make sure I say that. That's our girl. We love Kathleen, friend of the show for years. We love her. She mentioned that Leopold Taub, which is true, folks. I know, I'm sorry I said Manlanders. I'm sorry. He'll appear suddenly. No. Dominique, that Faison worked with Leopold Taub back in the day. So people were asking me about a soap historian. So Dominique came on, she was sweet, but she was an heiress. She was very sweet. And she was married to Leopold Taub. He was horrible to her. And eventually, through whatever, she got with Scott. And they had this, and they had this huge love affair. And they had Serena, and she died in Scott's arms. It was a whole thing. They were very close, a very sweet relationship and everything. And so yeah. And so I agree with him, the rewriting history, folks. She would have told me she had a son. It was a whole thing. I agree with what he was saying. But what Frank is saying, and I agree with, is that it's not this forcing himself on Britt. It's just not a good look. It is not a good look. And the Spinelli stuff, it's like Maxie knows, obviously. But now this whole Britt subs thing of like, I mean, it's getting more convoluted. Yeah, she was with Mac first, right? And then she got with Scott. Dominique did. That's why I say I think Mac's the father. I think something's going on there. Because I was going to say Faison at first. I was like, oh no, because he's into Britt, so I wouldn't be any of that. But it's getting more convoluted in a storyline that no one really cares for. It's not a hit. The storyline is not a hit with fans. So I'm just like, either put Maxie and Sonny back together. Just do it already. Because Austin's on once every 2 weeks. So we don't know, and we still don't know what's going on with him. Getting phone calls, we're back in, I have to go back to Paul Talk and check my property. I mean, we don't know clearly something's going on there too, Frank.
But the frustrating thing I think with that kills me about Britt is there is more to her character.
Right.
The show seems so wanting all the scenes about Britt to be focused around her needing somebody in her life, her needing a man,
right,
and she's got to be in a relationship. And that just seems to be the crux of where everybody's coming at, whether it's Maxie, whether it's Liesel. It's all, Terry. It's all about, what about a man? You need to get out there. Brad, you got to get out there. It's like, holy cow, guys. There are just times in life where, you don't want to be with anybody. And yes, Britt's got her own issues she's working with as well about her disease and her potential mortality in regards to that. It I'm tired of every scene about Britt just evolving into, well, you need to have a man. You need to have love in your life. It's great. Blah, blah, blah. Like, I mean, once in a while, that could be okay. And then you rest it and you deal with other stuff about Britt. But man, it's just too often, frequently, it's just about her needing somebody in her life, or Cody telling her why she's just not a great person.
Right.
Like, well, you're really judgmental, huh? Like, you're a creep, dude. Get out of here.
I know. And I just think, and again, people like Kirsten Storm deserves better. She's a great actress, been on for a long time. And I just feel like some of these storylines, they need to really think about the actor. Like, what are they giving? Because the actors are playing the way they're playing them, right? They're doing it. But again, I'm not excited. There is no love in the afternoon.
No. And I also feel like secrets are part of the soap opera genre. Everybody's got to have secrets. That's what kind of drives storylines. But I also kind of missed a part where, there are friendships and you share stuff with friends or other people, so that the secret, at least as we other people can know about it to some extent, and then that can cause other things to happen outside of that, which can then affect storylines. But it's just, everybody just keeps everything just so siloed off. And there's just so many siloed off stories right now where I'm just like, oh God, please, let's just find some way to connect these somehow.
That's what it is. And we also still have, and I didn't want to mention, because luckily it was just Chase in Brooklyn. And Dante calling out Brooklyn.
Yes.
like, I know you. We've known each other a long time. I know, and they're trying to play it off and trying to play it off and trying to play it. I'm like,
that right there is a perfect example of what I was talking about. Like that she would not just come clean to Dante, say
right,
this is what we're trying to do, and then Dante knows. And whether the show decides they want to get more
right,
Dante involved in that storyline,
right.
or it's just a little seed that you plant for months down the road, where Dante, knowing this information, causes something good to happen or bad to happen. But that's
Exactly.
great. But that have it's like, no, no. I mean, what are you talking about? Just tired of the characters just not being just so closed off. It's just driving me crazy.
Me too, Frank.
Uh,
I do. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. They just got to think this Chasing Brooklyn thing. My gosh, it's infuriating how they drag this out, and to where I was like, I really enjoyed them together.
Me
And
too.
now I just don't care. I don't care now.
Everyone in chat agrees. It is the longest
Oh,
stretched out storyline in the face of the earth. I will turn 60 years old by the time they get together and have their first kiss. Like after they did those other kisses, but like their real kiss, like we're together kiss. I'll be 120 before that's going to happen. It is just the way this pacing is going. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
it
You know,
is.
because you have that going on, but but Austin and Maxie are together, I guess, because now they're planning stuff with the kids.
Yeah. But then Maxie just getting all worked up about like, what do you mean you're leaving? What do you mean you're going out? What do you mean? What do you mean you have to go back to Pontiac? What for? And yes, Austin's got an agenda, but chill out, Maxie.
Right.
She, unless she's feeling like baggage from like, well, I spent a year lying to everybody about who the
Yeah.
fuck, that my baby was still alive. So I'm overly sensitive to people that I think might be lying to me. Who knows?
Who knows? I'm like, and actually, Homeboy's proposal to Chase sounded good to me. I was like, I mean, apparently he's a dirty dog or whatever, but the plan sounds good to me. I don't know, kids. I just, yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for it to be over. I'm ready for it to move on. Basically, we'll be in kindergarten. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it is interesting because like with Link, yes, he was a sleaze with Brooklyn, and I mean, but she did sign a contract with him. But it's the question of like, is Link is Link a sleaze? Is Link a sleaze, but he's also still talented?
right,
Or is Link just a guy that just talks a big game but really can't deliver?
right.
And I don't know what way the show wants to play it yet.
Nope, I don't either. I have no idea. Frank, every time, just everything. Hashtag I'm tired. Hashtag I'm lost.
Yeah, because it seems so. The way he came on, I feel like the show's telling us this guy's a sleaze and he shouldn't be around. And you guys shouldn't like him because he is a sleaze and he did this to Brooklyn. Great, we got that. And then they bring him back. And now we're supposed to think like, oh wait, no, maybe he's a credible record producer. Maybe.
Marlon's like, was it me or did Link seem thirsty for Chase? That's just you, Marlon. You try to see something in there. They ain't going up with the rent. They ain't going over there. They're just not thirsty. But somebody I am thirsty for now. I have a new crush, Frank. Besides you. Besides you, I have a new crush. And I actually like the possibility of this. They're chem testing him. I know it. I love me some Dex. Sorry, I like him. He's hot. Evan Hofer, or his name is. I love you. And when she was like, "Who that?" She turned around, she's like, "Who that over there?" I was like, "That's right, girl." And Josh was kind of looking too. She was kind of looking. I'm liking that they're kind of. I like them. I'm actually liking them, and the whole Cameron thing. It's a fun three-way thing going on there. I'm liking Dex. I do, because I think actually attaching to Jocelyn, that will kind of bring out more than just the Michael stuff that's going to happen. Inevitably, it's all going to blow up in everybody's faces, right? We know that already. But Dex is, I tell you, Dex is hot. He's hot, kids. I think he's hot. Mr. No Neck, I know it's called Mr. No Neck. But we're giving Josh some adult storyline now. And
Yeah.
and nobody agrees. They have sparks. I think they have sparks. I think Josh and Dex have sparks. And but also it could be complicated with the fact that he's working for Sonny and for Michael, and nobody doesn't know. I mean, this could be good if written well, Frank. It could be good.
Yes, I agree with all of that. I mean, if anybody that knows to navigate themselves out of that Metro Court 2 foot deep pool,
That's right.
Props to them. So, no, I am intrigued by what that storyline could be. So I hope it delivers. I hope that that's the direction that they're going, because it would seem foolish not to.
Yes, I agree. I think there's a lot. There's a lot going. Yeah, Josh and Cam were a teen romance. Now let's get to adulthood. That's right. That's right, Rodelli. And Judy, like I said, if written well. Yeah, if written well, it could be really well done. That's if written well. They could be really nothing wrong. Nikisha, nothing wrong with a fun three-way. Girl, this is Sunday. This is Christian Day. Let's talk that way, girl. Yeah, there's so much going on without anything going on. That's very true, sure. That's very, 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 very true. But you could totally tell that they're chem testing them together. So I can tell. But I just love when she was I was like, who's that? She's like, okay. Mike Thomas, hi James and Frank. You guys are great. Thank you, Mike Thomas.
Oh, thank you, buddy. Shout out though to a great new exterior set that they by that enormous like dumpster bin.
You didn't like it, Frank? Did you like it? Not like it?
Great. Just I hope that's only the first of many times we see like Michael and Dex having clandestine meetings over by the giant dumpster.
I thought of you, of course. When I came out, I was like, oh my God, here we go, Frank. Here we go.
Yes.
Clearly, it's on the lots. Clearly. Somewhere in Los Angeles. But it's better than when Flobo watched the show, he's like, when they were on the rooftop, that's not New York. That was Los Angeles. There are palm trees. Like, you didn't watch that part. Leave it alone. But no, yeah, I thought of you. But I said, here we go, another exterior shot. Here we go. So that's what they meant, Frank.
Yeah, love it. Of course, love the like the little common area that they used as the GH exterior set.
Yes.
Right. Phenomenal. I will tell you, I am completely tired of the Sasha Brando storyline. Boy,
I don't mind that. So I feel like that one has possibilities, because now it's like, do I take over or not? Because she done went crazy.
What I don't understand is why that Brando is only having this conversation with Martin and is not talking to Sasha about this. Like, hold on. Why would you, for as concerned as you are, why would you bring up this is a viable legal strategy? Should we pursue it or not? And then if Sasha says no, and it's Brando's choice then to decide, like, do I go against my wife's wishes, or do I think I know what's best for her in this situation, because she might not be fully comprehending everything, and I make the call even though I know she doesn't want it. I don't know.
I don't either. I'm looking at this chat and it's so funny. They like the scene of Martin offering the conservatorship. I don't know. I think Sophia Master's doing a great job as Sasha. I think she's doing a great job. I think Homeboy's doing a great job as Brando. She's out of control. I think it'll be fun to see what's next. I like that they're married. We've seen them married, and we got Piece of Gladys also. Piece of Gladys, and again, you have to admit, Gladys was good again. She was good with her, trying to put the makeup on, trying to talk to her, trying to get her to pull together. I think Gladys now does like her on some level.
I would agree with that for sure. I don't think Gladys would be doing all this just because. I think she genuinely does have a fondness for her. Especially seeing that how much she does care about Brando, and through the tragedy of losing Liam that both her and Brando went through.
Yes, and I like that Brando brings up he's an addict also.
Yeah,
he doesn't forget that. It's like, hello, I know how this works. I'm an addict also. But I'll tell you, David Lottman, who's such a nice guy in real life, he is such a dick. playing spokes. He is a dick. Oh my god!
The scenes of Sonny, like, trying to get up and beat him up.
I know.
Great.
I love it. I was like, he's such a dick. And let me explain to you folks out there. Sometimes you need reoccurring side characters that they come back for story. Everybody can't be related. You know what I mean? You got people just come on and they do little things here and there. And that's what these reporter guys are for. They're here to disrupt, to hopefully move story forward, hopefully. Again, we don't make stories when we move forward, but at least there was some movement in the Sasha story, because now it's getting to the point where it's going to boil over, I think.
But interesting, and I don't know why Sasha, I mean, yes, when she got first brought down to the PCPD, she was kind of shut down, but she seems to be able to at least have a little bit of a coherent conversation with Gladys. But why she kind of just mentions about Spoltz and the makeup artist trying to get her. Why she hasn't mentioned that any police to get that person to verify, to show that, hey, this, this didn't happen in a vacuum. That yes, Sasha went crazy on this car, but also this guy was trying to record her and trying to get her to confess to things that didn't happen. There's, why she's not saying any of that yet, I don't know.
Well, wasn't one of the things that they keep mentioning that there was a dash cam? So I'm wondering if she's just like, they see her side of it smashing everything.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe that's what to do with it. Maybe she's thinking, you saying anything doesn't mean anything. I don't know. That's a good question. I have no idea.
Yeah, because I would think, Dante would definitely look into that. He's already not a fan of Spoltz, but if you find out, like, oh yeah, this was being set up to entrap Sasha somehow, and that was the trigger to all this. It doesn't kind of, so Smoltz, you weren't just the innocent victim in all this.
No, I know. So, but he plays a bad guy really well, folks.
Yeah.
Yes, he's in the Car Guru commercials. Yes, he does a lot of commercial stuff.
He looks smooth when he slides in on top, just chilling on the top of that truck.
That's right. He does. Yeah, he does a lot of stuff. Correct. He does. Yes, he has a commercial reel that's 10 minutes long. I know. He's been around for a lot of stuff. We had a really great talk, and we've become friends a little since then. And he's a really nice guy. So I said, I told him, you play this horrible person. I just want to smack in the face. That means you're good. Sasha's snapping. People keep pushing her. I actually did like the conversation that they had at Deception too. Lucy was like, "We love our friend. We're gonna do what we can for her, but this is a bit. Now we're public. It's the business." So yeah. I like that she was telling Maxie, "Sorry, girl, this is a business." And I like that. I like that. Let's have some realistic talk. We love her, but this is business.
Yeah, I feel like would have been, the only thing they could have made it better is a little Selena Wu appearance in there to
I know.
Share her with the shareholder.
She pops in every once in a blue moon.
Yeah.
Everybody loves her. They don't bring her on as much. You guys. I mean, I'm just telling you, it's this cast is so large, and I think, and maybe they're afraid to push story. I mean, I don't know what it is, Frank. I don't know what it is. Because seriously, I watched. I don't want to say you like. I know you said you liked it. I don't know. I just watched it. There are some weeks, yes, they're kind of transitional weeks. There's a lot of talking and scenes sometimes. I get that sometimes. But I need some action. Like it's somewhere in there. Like throw me a bone or something. Like give me a little something to kind of keep me going. A Wednesday cliffhanger or a Thursday something. Just something. But I'm watching the whole week. Literally, it's like that's it.
Yeah, it's with these many different storylines up in the air. We've talked about this before. Just the pacing of them. There should be a way to be able to get at least like some cliffhanger, some twist, something in one storyline this week.
Right.
And then go on to the next week. And it just when it becomes like a whole week of just chats stuff. You're like, oh, come on, guys.
I mean, it's like a lot of little storylines, just kind of here's an inch of that, here's an inch of that, here's an inch of that. Like it's just nothing. I mean, it's like nothing. Like I said, the Ava Nicholas stuff. It's just continuation. It's like Groundhog Day. It's just the same conversations over and over again. And yes, we know it's a soap staple. They do that sometimes, but it's just almost the whole show is that. makes me. I've been watching General Hospital for the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
Soaps. It's just I'm not excited. I'm just like I watched to see what happens, and like I said Friday I was pleasantly surprised. For the rest of the week I was like, because right now I'm sure we're missing stuff. What are we missing? Are we missing?
We had that great scene of the elevators, of course, being shut down. So Elizabeth had to take the stairs, and then saw the stairwell or saw a stairwell that made her think of Peter. And then dropped her papers and had that little memory of somebody saying, "Daddy."
I know. So, but again, Frank, we don't know what it's going to mean. It's taking forever to get there, so we don't even know what is Daddy. Is that still a Jeff Weber reference? Was Jeff Weber, who said in the chat and stuff, was he an abuser? Who knows? We don't even know anything. We don't even know. I mean, no, we have brought him on. We don't see her very often. When they showed that scene of Peter, I was like, I was not happy, kids.
No, it doesn't. I mean, I guess just being in a stairwell was enough to trigger Elizabeth. I suppose. I mean, it would have made more sense if she'd been coming on that same stairwell in that same section to be triggered. But I guess just stairwells in general will make you think of Peter.
As she dropped all those files,
and they just left them. They left them. Finn takes her, and they leave all the files just strewn on there.
And later, Tiffany went and got him. I'm like,
oh, brother,
that was bad execution. I know Shreed's your man, Peter. Yeah. This storyline is just not moving. Lynn, you're absolutely correct. This storyline is not moving. 76 people are watching.
Look at that. Love it.
Hit that like button.
I mean, the other thing is the Michael Willow storyline. Since that Elizabeth carried those important test results that never got there. So Willow's just, looking. And, my least entrances of Michael is when he walks into a scene and immediately just accuses the other person. What did you do? One of my least favorite Michael entrances into a scene.
He is a douche. Don't care about him anymore. And Willow, who I give two shits about, has leukemia. We all know what that means and where it's leading. If it can't happen by tomorrow, I don't care anymore. Nina is her daughter, and we've been subjected to Nina not finding out for the last 3 years, 4 years, 2 years.
Well, but although this is kind of just whether it's a course correction or a course correction back to the original direction or whatever the plan was, whether however long Willow was intended to be Nina's real daughter, then we got the swerve with Nell, but are we swerving back or this was really part of the plan the whole time? Who knows? But yes, it is just, this storyline, just the overall arc of Nina and a child storyline has been drawn out so long.
True. Drew and Valentine. Frank and I like that scene.
Yes.
I like those scenes. Again, another little tidbit. It's like a tidbit. That's not a full storyline. It's like we're seeing Drew kind of, I guess he's trying to fight for you, I guess, and offering his help to get Victor, but then Valentine was like, I'm paraphrasing. You're like, don't do it.
It's like, trust me, I know what happens if you cross Victor.
He did. He was like, stay over here. Look over there. I know you want to.
Yeah. Again, I'm like James. I'm intrigued by this tidbit. But my confidence is low that the show will really pursue it. I think it was great for a tidbit, and the show can be like, yeah, see, that was kind of fun, right? And then just never do anything with it.
Because I guess the actual storyline is, well, I'm not going to say it. Because the other part of the storyline is that Valentine's hiding something from Anna.
Yes.
So she wants to find out. Meanwhile, Felicia feels left out. And folks, okay, let me put my chips away. I'm going to defend Frank's man, John J. York. all you haters out there about age, his scene where he had no shirt on was that he looked good for his age and everything. He looked great, better than I do, and better than most of you who watch. So all those negative comments, screw you. I thought it was great and hot. I love that whole situation. And again, you're showing a married couple who would have adventures and be together, and a little older. So I thought he looked great, Frank. I think he looks way better than we do. I think he's better than I do. Shit.
No, absolutely. And those two ladies there at the MetroCorp pool just eating them up with their eyes.
Like the daddy. I was like, okay, on, daddy. Okay, got body yada yada. That's what he did. He was. I think. I think you guys in the chat room. I think everybody agrees. Yes, the women's checking him out. That's right. They were. They were like, and anybody likes an older man, be like, he looked good. I'm like, you can't. I don't know how old John T. York is in real life, but he looked good. And I'm just telling you, why the F not? Everybody, it's a pool set. Everybody else is showing off their upper body.
Yeah.
Why not Mac?
I like that. I have to say, I mean, I did like the chat between Felicia and Mac, just in terms of talking about their lives. It's like, well, yes, I miss what Max misses about the floating rib.
I know, that was so nice. They talked about that.
Yeah, just how they want to live their lives or what they're missing, and I thought that was great. And whether they want to get Sam and Felicia together, that okay, it doesn't excite me about the Sam part, but it does make me think like Sam stinks as a PI. Where Felicia, I'm not going to disparage her skills, but the fact that it's like, Sam, what you were missing is like that's Felicia's big contribution is like to go analog with her.
No, analog. Like,
I'm like that. You didn't think about that, Sam, at all. You are terrible. If it took Felicia to really put that on your radar as a way to pursue this Esme investigation.
John J. York is 63. He is 10 years older than I am.
Silver Fox, man. Look at him go.
Silver Fox. I was like, and Felicia's great too. She looks good.
Yeah.
They look good. I said, they look good. So he's 63 years old. Yes. That's the case. They were hating on him online. I posted
really?
how good he looked at people. I posted how good he looked at people like, his old ass. And I don't want to see all that. It was nasty. Ageism.
What? Come on. I mean, doesn't Drake Hoganson, he's always rocking that hairy chest on days?
No.
Like, hey, Doc. check out this hair.
Oh, Drake. I love Drake. I love Drake. He's one of the nicest people. Yes, the acting's a little interesting, but yes, he's a legend. He's a legend.
Yes. Come on. Do it. Show the goods, man.
He did. I said he looked. I don't care. He looked good. Not good. So Christina's 59. Oh wow. So they're all working out.
I would love to see them, both of them, more involved on the canvas and in storylines. So, Sam's storylines are always garbage, and so the idea of getting Felicia and Sam together doesn't excite me on the face of it, but maybe it would lead to something.
Yeah. Also, Silver Foxes. Yeah. Chartreuse Owl. Mac came on as a mercenary. He wasn't one of the good guys. He came on. That's the whole point.
Yeah. We all know he's sitting there meeting Robert at the Port Charles Pier, just dragging him out of the water.
Exactly. It's like that. Yeah. Yes, Drake is a legend. Leave Frank alone. We're just making fun. It's okay to make fun of Drake. Drake has a good sense of humor. They're like, Frank, like, wow, Frank. No, it's funny. That's how he talks. His acting's very wooden, but it's fine. We love him. They're all Harry Chester, still the Ray, blame Burt Reynolds. Oh my God.
That's right.
There is that famous bearskin rug from Playgirl that he did years ago. It was very famous. And Burt was, and my mother was into him. They were all into him back in the day. Burt was the hotsy totsy. He was Burt Reynolds. For those of us who remember that time period, but yeah, he was. Harry, him, Magnum PI, they're hotsy totsy back in the day. Mm-hmm. I was more of a John Travolta fan. I wanted to be him in Saturday Night Fever, and that was me. I wanted the open chest, the chains, and all that stuff. I wanted all that stuff, Frank. I wanted to dance like him too.
Yes.
Yeah, I wanted to do it. I did. I wanted to be him so bad. So yes, that's a whole other story, kids. Oh, my chair just dropped. See, I think it's John Travolta hearing me. Okay, let's see. Oh my God. Okay. So yes. Did we miss anything?
No, I think once we covered
Oh, okay. God.
that really awful Willow storyline,
Okay.
giving the praise to Mac in the pool, I think we've kind of touched the last
Yes.
bits.
The thing is, we're seeing more TJ, which is nice. Molly, not so much. So I don't know what that's about, whatever. But we're seeing more TJ involved in stuff. He's involved with the Willow stuff too. And her getting that bone barrel thing right. I can squeeze you in, sure. Just like folks, I just want you to be a nurse. It's not that simple. It's just set up to do. I mean, at the level of a bone barrel thing,
I mean, it was crazy that they had to do that just because they needed to keep the storyline going. We got to make sure that Willow can get this information, but also not let Michael know.
Exactly. Which I guess on some level, Frank, why am I complaining? It makes the storyline go faster, maybe.
I suppose, but I don't understand. Like, just Willow, just tell him. I don't understand the point of not. It's just crazy.
Because the director said so.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so Burt Reynolds is the cosmopolitan. Okay, either one, it's fine. I mean, I know somewhere back then. I still love a Tom Selleck. Blue Bloods. That show has been on for 2,000 years on Friday nights at 10 p.m. and it's a huge hit. Him and Donnie Wahlberg working it out. Friday nights. I watched it the other day. I hadn't watched one like the first season, second season. I just happened to catch one because I finished watching Dynasty, CW Dynasty, and I was like, I'll just watch over here. And I turned out, like, it was competent. It was fine, And Tom looked good. Tom must be in his early hundreds. He looked fine.
Look at him go, man. Still one of the best things I ever saw Tom Selleck do was on Conan O'Brien, where he did a sketch where at the point of his life where he'd once shaved his mustache and then grew it back. But they did a sketch where they reunited Tom with his old mustache. And then Tom Selleck smothered it.
Okay, I'll have to. I'm sure it's on YouTube. I have to find that. I'm sure it's on. I'm gonna have to find it. Oh my God, that's yes. Steve on Stranger Things has a hairy chest. And side note, kids, got to congratulate my brother in arms, Sean Kanan, finally announced.
Oh yes,
Cobra Kai season 5. Starting September 9th, Mike Barnes is back. He posted the thing from the creator, how he didn't care about Mike Barnes, but now he saw Sean's role. Sean's a great actor, folks. He really is. I'm very excited to watch him in season 5 of Cobra Kai. So, folks, you're a Cobra Kai fan. The show's good already, but now adding him into the mix, I'm very curious how they add him into the mix. It's very exciting. That was actually released. So if you're a Sean Kanan fan, tune in. Right, Frank?
It's right. Is he like the last kind of piece from the old movies that they haven't brought back yet?
He is. If you don't count Hilary Swank, who was in 4. But they brought back Tom Tomita and all that. There's other people they brought back from different. Elizabeth Shue, they had her in a piece of it. So they brought back other people. Yeah. So he was the last big one. He was the last main character. By saying, wait, they wanted to wait till the time was right.
Saving the best for last, right, Sean?
And say Sean's having the time. Between Bold and Beautiful, Studio City, which I'm in, episode 2, season 2, and opposite Sean. This and his book out, Way of the Cobra. He is having his best year ever. He's working it out. And folks, he's in his 50s. Tell you something, we keep going, and he looks amazing. So when we sleep on these older dudes, we're sleeping on them. They're still good. Life does not end at 25 and 30. It keeps going.
We're not like Logan's Run, where our little jewel starts glowing.
Wait, was it 25, 21? I can't remember what was the age of Logan's Run. It was like 25.
I thought it was 25. I thought it was 25.
Yeah, I used to love that. Don't get me started on that too. That's back in the day. So you guys don't even know what that is. But Logan's Run was the bomb. Or Menudo. You were like 16 and then you were done. Keep the kids going. So yes, Cobra Kai is part of the Karate Kid. It's a show. Takes place way later, and members of Karate Kid are in it. It's a whole. You have to. It switches between the younger set and then the returning people. It does a really good job. I think so. It's on Netflix now. It was a total YouTube series, and now it's on Netflix. You know, John did Playgirl, yes. Karate Kid, yeah. Sean had his shirt off on B&B, yes. Sean, he has a great body, working it out. But yes, I'm preaching it, you guys. Yes, preacher James. Yes, us older folks, we're still around. Still look decent. I can get the word out, but we look decent or something like that. Put it out there. I mean, Frank's actually 105, so you didn't
Right.
realize.
And I look all of that. So.
And Frank and I, just because if you want more of us, later on this week we will be doing the She-Hulk Attorney at Law after show live. We're starting it out this Friday because I have a big meeting on Thursday night, so I can't do Thursday. So we're doing it Friday, but it'll be on Thursdays for the next, I think, 6 weeks or 7 weeks, 8 weeks, however it is. And then we will be doing Andor, which of course comes at the end of September. And there's 12 weeks of that, or 9 weeks of that, or whatever. It's like all these weeks of that. So
get ready.
In other ways, that's what we do. Y'all know younger women date older men now. They do. Older men, it works all the time. Oh, thank you. You saw my COC episode. Thank you very much. I love it. My side eye. I know, it's so funny. Is that funny? I think a good job. Michelle Stafford. What's going on with Tom Selleck? Yes, she had the story about that. Yes. Should bring Erica Kane on GH. I mean, that would be funny. But again, bloated cast. Don't bring nobody on unless it's going to be useful. That's what I say. Folks, we're done. That's it. It's hot as F in my house. I want to wear a tank top. I just want to scare you guys here. We have merchandise, jljmedia.threadless.com. Thanks for the super chats. And, Frank and I will be here again next week. Hopefully it'll be a better week, Frank, because it was another bad week. I don't know, kids. You may or may not come on. I don't know.
Yeah. We'll do it because we love you guys.
We do love you guys. We do. I might have to get a stunt double to fill in for me next week if it's bad. The role of James L. Jr. will be played by Tony Moore in a flow voice or something. I don't know. I'll pick somebody else. So you play the role of James L. Jr. But we'll be here. All folks, 70-some people in here. Thank you. Thanks for actually watching, listening to us. Also, our number one podcast is GH Media Spotlight. So all the audio listeners, we love you. All the GH groups on Facebook that I share this to, we love you. Thanks for letting us share it. And yes, we will be back. Hopefully nobody else will die this week. We have a break because we had enough last week. Let's get a break from that. And JLJ Media and Frank Mann will see you next time.